Hello bookworms, welcome to our live story time. Thank you for joining us again. If you've joined us before, we've got a very special guest today. It is Peter Rabbit. Peter Rabbit is here. The Easter Bunny couldn't come because he's very busy at the moment, but Peter, thank you for joining us today. And it's actually exactly a year ago, or almost a year ago, when we did our first story time here on We Bookworms. So, and it was actually the tale of Peter Rabbit that we read. So we're going to read the tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter again this year, and we're going to do this now. So yes, let's get started. Once upon a time, there were 4 little rabbits, and their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mother in a sandbank underneath the root of a very big fir tree. "Now, my dears," said old Mrs. Rabbit one morning, "you may go into the fields or down the lane, but don't go into Mr. McGregor's garden. Your father had an accident there. He was put in a pie by Mrs. McGregor. Now run along and don't get into mischief. I'm going out." Then old Mrs. Rabbit took a basket and her umbrella and went through the wood to the baker's. She bought a loaf of brown bread and 5 currant buns. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail, who were good little bunnies, went down the lane to gather blackberries. But Peter, who was very naughty, ran straight away to Mr. McGregor's garden. "Oh, Peter, that's dangerous!" and squeezed under the gate. First, he ate some lettuces and some French beans, and then he ate some radishes. And then, feeling rather sick, he went to look for some parsley. But round the end of a cucumber frame, whom should he meet but Mr. McGregor? Mr. McGregor was on his hands and knees planting out young cabbages, but he jumped up and ran after Peter, waving a rake, calling out, "Stop, thief!" Peter was most dreadfully frightened. He rushed all over the garden, for he had forgotten the way back to the gate. He lost one of his shoes among the cabbages and the other shoe amongst the potatoes. Now we know that where your shoes are, in Mr. McGregor's garden. Oh, Peter! After losing them, he ran on 4 legs and went faster, so that I think he might have got away altogether if he had not, unfortunately, run into a gooseberry net and got caught by the large buttons on his jacket. It was a blue jacket with brass buttons, quite new. Peter gave himself up for lost and shed big tears, but his sobs were overheard by some friendly sparrows, who flew to him in great excitement and implored him to exert himself. Mr. McGregor came up with a sieve, which he intended to pop upon the top of Peter, but Peter wriggled out just in time, leaving his jacket behind him, and rushed into the tool shed and jumped into a can. It would have been a beautiful thing to hide in if it had not had so much water in it. Mr. McGregor was quite sure that Peter was somewhere in the tool shed, perhaps hidden underneath a flower pot. He began to turn them over carefully, looking under each. Presently, Peter sneezed. Mr. McGregor was after him in no time and tried to put his foot upon Peter, who jumped out of a window, upsetting 3 plants. The window was too small for Mr. McGregor, and he was tired of running after Peter. He went back to his work. Peter sat down to rest. He was out of breath and trembling with fright, and he had not the least idea which way to go. Also, he was very damp with sitting in that can. After a time he began to wander about, going lippity-lippity, not very fast, and looking all round. He found a door in a wall, but it was locked, and there was no room for a fat little rabbit to squeeze underneath. An old mouse was running in and out over the stone doorstep, carrying peas and beans to her family in the wood. Peter asked her the way to the gate, but she had such a large pea in her mouth that she could not answer. She only shook her head at him. Peter began to cry. Oh, poor Peter. Then he tried to find his way straight across the garden, but he became more and more puzzled. Presently he came to a pond where Mr. McGregor filled his water cans, and a white cat was staring at some goldfish. She sat very, very still, but now and then the tip of her tail twitched as if it were alive. Peter thought it best to go away without speaking to her. He had heard about cats from his cousin, little Benjamin Bunny. He went back towards the tool shed, but suddenly, quite close to him, he heard the noise of a hoe. Squitch, scratch, scratch, scritch. Peter scuttered underneath the bushes. But presently, as nothing happened, he came out and climbed upon a wheelbarrow and peeped over. The first thing he saw was Mr. McGregor hoeing onions. His back was turned towards Peter, and beyond him was the gate. Peter got down very quietly off the wheelbarrow and started running as fast as he could go along a straight walk behind some blackcurrant bushes. Mr. McGregor caught sight of him at the corner, but Peter did not care. He slipped underneath the gate and was safe at last in the wood outside the garden. Mr. McGregor hung up the little jacket and the shoes for a scarecrow to frighten the blackbirds. Peter never stopped running or looked behind him till he got home to the big fir tree. He was so tired that he flopped down upon the nice soft sand on the floor of the rabbit hole and shut his eyes. His mother was busy cooking. She wondered what he had done with his clothes. It was the second little jacket and a pair of shoes that Peter had lost in a fortnight. So this is your third jacket, Peter. I'm sorry to say that Peter was not very well during the evening. His mother put him to bed and made some chamomile tea, and she gave a dose of it to Peter. 1 tablespoonful to be taken at bedtime. But Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail had bread and milk and blackberries for supper. The end. That was the tale of Peter Rabbit. I hope you enjoyed it. Is something wrong? No, everything is okay. Good, good. I'm just checking because we had problems with our internet before in the last session. So there's another story we are going to read, one that is very, very, very popular in our bookshop amongst the wee ones, and it is What the Ladybird Heard by Julia Donaldson and illustrated by Lydia Monks. And it's such a wonderful book. I'm sure you know it already. And one last thing, our bookshop fairy Belle is here as well. she's she's always a bit shy, as you know. You might be able to see her fly around, perhaps. So yeah, keep an eye out for her, and we're going to read what the ladybird said. Heard. I'm getting all confused here.
No,
what happened?
Everything's fine. It's just us banning comments flat out. So I forgot the window thing, then I forgot.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. Yeah, it's live. So as you know, we're here and it's live, and everything always goes wrong. So that's normal. So anyway, let's read what the ladybird heard now. Look at this beautiful farm. There's a scarecrow and a pig and loads of ducks. Oh no, wait, there's just one duck actually. Lots of chickens and sheep. I can't actually see the ladybird. Maybe you know where the ladybird is hiding. Once upon a farm lived a fat red hen, a duck in a pond, and a goose in a pen. A woolly sheep, a hairy hog, a handsome horse, and a dainty dog, a cat up meowed, and a cat up purred, a fine prize cow, and a ladybird. There he is. And the cow said moo, and the hen said cluck. Hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Neigh, said the horse. Oink, said the hog. Baa, said the sheep. And woof, said the dog. One cat meowed, while the other one purred. And the ladybird said never a word. But the ladybird saw, and the ladybird heard. She saw two men in a big black van with a map and a key and a cunning plan. And she heard them whisper, "This is how we're going to steal the fine prize cow. Open the gate at dead of night. Pass the horse and then turn right. Round the duck pond, past the hog. Be careful not to wake the dog. Left past the sheep, then straight ahead and in through the door of the prize cow's shed." And the little spotty ladybird, who never before had said a word, told the animals, "This is how two thieves are planning to steal the cow. They'll open the gate at dead of night, pass the horse and then turn right, round the duck pond past the hog, being careful not to wake the dog. Left past the sheep, then straight ahead and in through the door of the prize cow's shed." Here you can see the ladybird. And the cow said moo, and the hen said cluck, cluck, cluck. Hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Neigh, said the horse. Oink, oink, said the hog. Baa, said the sheep. Woof, said the dog. And both the cats began to meow. "We can't let them steal the fine prize cow." But the ladybird had a good idea, and she whispered it into each animal ear. At dead of night, the two bad men, Hefty Hugh and Lanky Len, opened the gate while the farmer slept, and tiptoe into the farm they crept. Then the goose said, "Neigh," with all her might, and then said, "That's the horse, turn right." And the dainty dog began to quack, quack. The duck said, "Hugh, we're right on track." "Oink," said the cats. "There goes the hog. Be careful not to wake the dog." "Baa, baa, baa," said the fat red hen. "The sheep, we're nearly there," said Len. Then the duck on the pond said, moo, moo, moo. 2 more steps to go, said Hugh. And they both stepped into the duck pond. Splash! And the farmer woke and said, golly gosh! And he called the cops, and they came, Nina! And they threw the thieves in the panda car. Then the cow said, moo! And the hen said, cluck! Hiss, said the goose, and quack, said the duck. Nay, said the horse. Oink, said the hog. Bah, said the sheep. Woof, said the dog. And the farmer cheered, and both cats purred. But the ladybird said never a word. And here's this beautiful farm again, and our thieves are in the police car. What a lovely rhyming story. Really enjoyed that.
There's lots of hellos to say.
Oh, there's loads of, that's the next bit that we're going to do. Yeah, let's start with the greetings. Joshua, you need to help me because I can't see it.
So I'll tell you who there is.
Okay.
I'm scrolling to the top. So there's so many awesome people helping me at the start. There's Holly and Isla.
Holly and Isla, hello! Hello from Peter Rabbit and Belle Bookworm as well.
I have to give a big shout out to Kimberly Thorpe and family.
Oh, Kimberly Thorpe and family, thank you so much. And
Nairo Veranda?
Nairo Veranda.
The Page family.
The Page family.
There's
Hello,
Ruth
guys.
Thank you, Ruth. Iona Walking's our cat.
Oh, really?
Walking, yeah. It's Freddie, but he's gone now.
Freddie's gone now. He's trying to get in, I think.
There's Eve, Aoife, Aisling, and Joanne in Sligo.
Oh, from Sligo. Hello, guys.
Oh, Melanie Jade in North Carolina.
Whoa, cool.
It's what is it? It's 6:45 in the morning. It's our wake up story.
Oh, that's nice. That's so cool.
There's the Millers.
The Millers. Hello, guys.
Leila says hello.
Hello, Leila.
Alexandra.
Hello, Alexandra.
Oliver and Diego.
Oliver and Diego, hello.
Adi-
Peter Rabbit says hello.
Aditya from the United Arab Emirates.
Wow, cool.
That is cool.
That is so cool.
Ruby and Bland and family.
Hello.
Ruby Bland and family. Sorry.
Ruby Bland and family.
Alfie Schrail.
Alfie, hello Alfie. Hope you enjoyed the story time, guys.
In the German way. Teresa says hello from Preston. Wait, I'm not even going to say what county I think that belongs to. Just in case I get it wrong. Bella and Casey from Rugby.
Bella! Oh, you're like Belle Bookworm, almost the same.
Close. Maybe a fairy.
Maybe you are a fairy. There you go.
There's Umar.
Hi, Umar.
William and Alice in Wolverhampton loved this. Oh, thank you.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm glad that you enjoyed the story time.
And you have to say hello in Spanish. Hello.
Hola.
Hello from Chantal in Spain.
Oh, hola Chantal. I forget everything.
Under pressure. Yeah. Under pressure. Yeah.
Buenos dias.
Amber from the Isle of Lewis. Oh, that's cool.
Cool.
Yeah. There's Isaac from Preston.
Isaac from Preston.
From
Hello.
Preston. Hello from Cody May from Sussex.
From Sussex. Hello.
It's a very ancient place. Victoria and Danny from Tenerife.
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, cool.
So we've
Hello,
we've got a lot of friends there. Piper and Mila from Velin Garden City. That sounds Welsh.
Oh, cool.
Belvin
Hello, guys.
Garden City. And Felicity loves Peter Rabbit.
Yeah, I love Peter Rabbit.
And the twinnies Jacob and Jessica, who, because they're called the twinnies, I'm assuming are the younger ones. And Cecilia and Lindsay from Bedfordshire.
Oh, hello, guys.
Demi from Sawbridge Worth. Hello from Hertfordshire from Kaylin Sophia. There we go.
Hail and Sophia.
Buenos dias.
Buenos dias. Oh, what's up for someone else?
No, let me say it back. Hello from Ailish in Liverpool. We used to live in Warren Point and used to visit all the time.
Oh my god! No, that's going to make me cry now. Oh no! Hi, Ailish. Hello. Oh yes, and you love Peter Rabbit. I remember that you always thought, oh my god, it makes me all emotional. Ah!
Alright, so on that note, before we bomb it, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. And we're going to do another story time soon. So, yeah, just follow our page. And thank you so much. And bye-bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, Tony and Tara. Say hello.
Bye-bye.